Alright, I am finishing up some work today. Figured I'd go over a couple trades. I'll finish up. Looking at this 10 o'clock turn today. Had sellers come in, had a buyer come in, another buyer, had absorption up top. They bought the mid-band just to push it up. Had a bear flag, and down it went. Sellers picked back up, and then she ran down. You had absorption at the top. You see, this is that red mark right there. You had 500 lot go off. You had absorption up here at the top. As soon as sellers started coming in, you had selling balances across the board. Selling balances across the board coming in. As soon as we broke down off this level, you see volume, delta, everything picks up, and we make the run down to the lows. So biggest things, had it, damn it, had absorption up here. Had a buyer and seller interacting. Started out here, worked a little bit higher, had a little bit of excess off the top. Did have a delta shift right at the high, but as soon as we broke down that volume, that huge delta, pretty much let that rip go. So you can see that if you went short in here off this red dot, off this up here, the stop above the high, you're short here. Alright, the next one's the gap down. Of course, the sellers, you had a buyer step in, came up, tried to test the mid band and failed. Sellers started hitting the bid. Sellers trying to sell in the hole, sell the low. They got caught. Buyer started showing back up, and we went off to the races. You had absorption down here, I'll show you, and of course we come back and test, and everything goes green, green, green. Everything's good to go. Here's that low. Who's trapped? All these sellers that came in. Huge delta shift. You see the volumes. Volume picked up down at the lows, trapped the sellers. They tried it one more time with negative delta. As soon as we break above these highs, buying balances start showing up, and we run to the high. We come back. We test where all the absorption was. The buyers step back in. Buying balances start running. This is remember what day this is from. I have no idea. Anyway, divergence. Buyers started stepping in. Bull flag. Finally broke out. Buyer showed up. Red dot. First sign, that's your first entry. Then we finally got everything good to go all the way to the top. Here's your absorption off the low. You can see the buyers and sellers are each equally matched. Not as big of a trap. These guys are trapped. Negative delta, positive delta, negative delta, and you see the big shift in the delta happening here. Alright, y'all have a good one.